So the biggest thing for the first time investors, John, is they just don't know what the risks are, let alone being able to understand them. And that's why it's super risky for them. So if everybody listening is like, do yourself a favor and first learn how to do due diligence and learn what the risks could be for those different types of business models. Would you agree on that?
Totally agree. I mean, that's why that guide got created, because we didn't want to sort of like we wanted to show people completely behind the scenes of exactly how we go about doing due diligence for us to buy our own sites. And we're buying all these sites ourselves. And so we wanted to really be able to demonstrate what that, detailed due diligence process looked like, so that people could then educate themselves regardless of where they purchase, or understand what each of those sites went through before we ended up buying them and listing them on our site.
Yeah, certainly. And checking out that report's really important and valuable for everybody listening, because it helps you to understand what you should be checking in the due diligence. And that's the same as why I give people that gift as well, John, is like I have a due diligence framework. Like your report combined with my framework is like a great strategy for somebody who's trying to do it themselves, because you can at least then remove some of the risk by knowing what to be finding in the due diligence. Sure, you may not have somebody looking over your shoulder to double check things and make sure there's nothing that should be alarming, but I mean, you can that's at least a good starting point, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think the doing the deals, like anytime there's a deal to be done, closing the gap between the information asymmetry is the information gap between the buyer and the seller is the key. And the only way to do that is to close it yourself with knowledge. And, I think what you describe is a perfect process to achieving that.
Yeah. I also think once you understand a lot more about the business models and how they work, then you can understand on how to grow them as well. And knowing that information alone, combined with being able to tongue twister again, doing your due diligence, then it can equip you so much more. It can instill a lot more confidence in that person as a buyer once they know. Like for you, when you're going to go buy a site, you go, okay, cool. If I buy a content site, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And it's the same with us as well. When I go buy sites, we know which ones to go for. So that's the main thing I feel is really important, is like start with your due diligence, but as you grow and you do more due diligence, like if you look at 50 websites, or even if you look at 30 websites, you're going to learn so much about how they're actually being grown by the previous seller. Like the seller call alone is massive. Like my clients say, well, I just had my first seller call and it was like groundbreaking because they just learned so much about online business in just 60 minutes there. So you do that a couple of times and then you learn so much just through the due diligence phase.